What do you think? All right, here we go. You ready to do this? Hey buddy, you ready to rule the room? So tell him what your name is. Hi, my name's Trey Tedick. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Trey Tedick.
Try it again, but this time do it without your mouth, without your hands covering your mouth. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Trey Tedick.
Nice. And now tell him how I help people rule the room.
I help people rule the room.
Hey, nice. And then say, and today, I'm gonna show you how to conquer your fear of public speaking. Give it a try.
And today I'm gonna show you how to conquer your fear of public speaking.
Oh, that's awesome, buddy. Hey, give me a high five. Pound, nice. Hey, what's interesting about this is Trey, how old are you, Trey? How old are you?
4.5.
He's 4.5. Were you scared to come up here? This is probably the most outgoing kid I know. This is my son, by the way. He is so outgoing, and yet he has this natural fear of these cameras. Don't you, buddy? Were you scared to come up here? You were. It took us like 10 minutes to get him to even do this with me. Everyone on the planet has this fear. Here's the deal. You're not alone. Not only that, you're actually born with this fear. It's okay to have a fear of public speaking. And what are we going to teach him today, Trey? We're going to show him how to what?
Rule the room.
And how to conquer that
fear.
Yeah, buddy! To help you conquer your fear of public speaking and go from phobic to epic presentations, we created Calm. With this step-by-step training plan, you'll have a proven system you can follow to fast-track your way to conquering your fear of public speaking and to deliver an amazing, no-fear presentation. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You're able to say to yourself, I've lived through this horror, I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do." You see, successful people can share their ideas clearly, powerfully, and succinctly. While the rest of the world continues to live through this horror of doubt and fear, you'll gain strength, courage, and confidence with each and every presentation you give, which means you'll be able to handle any presentation that comes along. You'll strengthen your presentation skills, learn to really connect with your audience, and find out how to overcome your fear of public speaking before another one of your presentations causes another panic-stricken frenzy. When I confronted this fear, I was able to break the fear and start delivering genuine presentations without that fear or nervousness showing. I figured out how to bottle that up and share it with the world. And by following the step-by-step strategies, techniques, and tools in Calm, you'll learn from the inside out how to establish your self-esteem, enhance and define your public speaking skills, and face and manage your fears of public speaking so you can stay in control of any audience. You'll experience a sense of happiness, success, and freedom you've never felt before as you finally conquer your fear of public speaking, appear confident and credible, and actually enjoy speaking in front of any size crowd. Best of all, you'll learn from real-life examples, including the exact steps to face and conquer your fear and create, practice, and deliver a no-fear presentation. My name's Jason Tedick, and I help people conquer, not just overcome, but conquer their fear of public speaking. I gotta tell you, this changes the game. This is a first paradigm shift, as it turns out that this fear of public speaking is really just a big negative speaking belief. And it comes from negative what? Experiences. We're going to turn that into a positive speaking belief that comes from positive experiences. Before you even go on stage, you have to ground yourself. And by the way, everything I'm about to teach you, you can use in any meeting. You can use with your significant other. You can use this with your kids or your parents. You can use this with any person on the planet if you want to be more attractive. And the first step to ground yourself is to physically ground yourself. Then we're going to learn how to mentally ground ourselves. And then I'll teach you how to create practice and deliver amazing presentations. And as a competent adult, you don't even think about brushing your teeth anymore. It's like second nature. That's the way I'm going to make public speaking for you. Because you're going to be so excited when it's done and how it went that you're just going to do the next one like it's brushing your teeth. It's going to get easier and easier and easier. We're going to start with the agenda, and on page 47, halfway down, I can tell you I've consulted with thousands of people on how to create their presentations, and I can tell you the one critical mistake that they make. Halfway down on page 47 is they focus on what they want rather than what the audience wants. What every audience wants to know is what's in it for them, but that's only the first step. Highlight this. You have to make it clear why they'd want it. You have to make it clear why they'd want it. I'm going to show you how to create your blueprint of the exact things to say while your slides are up. Literally, you're going to have the blueprint for what to say as this slides up, the blueprint for what to say as this slides up. How is this going to help you with your nerves if you know exactly what to say for every slide? They're going to go away. And this works for meetings, this works for presentations of 100,000 people and presentations of 2 people. And I know because I've done both personally with this method. Works for all of them. Can you highlight this with me? Audiences love being around attractive speakers. That's because attractive speakers help unleash what's already inside of them. See, when others are around attractive speakers, they think they can do what? Anything. Why is that? Why are attractive speakers so attractive? And the answer is they've done the work that I'm going to teach you in this chapter on themselves. They've done the work. They're grounded. If you come across as ungrounded and stressed, then the audience is going to be ungrounded and stressed. But if you're grounded and not stressed, you're going to be attractive because they can't get that anywhere else. We have to get it from you. Make a note, people who are vulnerable are very attractive. Isn't that interesting? If I'm willing to be vulnerable with you and tell you that I really struggle with my presentations, struggled, and I had a lot of fear, that's much more attractive than say, yeah, I'm good. I never struggled, but I'm going to here to teach you. Not very attractive. And if you just present that first 30 seconds to 2 minutes of your presentation, the one that we practiced all the blueprint for, and you do it with your slide and you stand up and do it, you're going to find your 5 nervous habits. You'll find them in the first 2 minutes. So what I'm going to suggest you do is you just remove these things in the first 3 minutes. Because guess what? On page 92, there's 4 ways to overcome your nerves through practice. Number 1, I want you to go through your material 90-10, get excited about it. Number 2, I want you to go through the first 5 minutes of your presentation at least how many times? And I want you to record yourself for one of them. Promise me you'll do this. Record yourself for one of them. Write it in the margin. Record yourself for 5 minutes straight. It will be painful to watch. I can tell you most of my clients say, Jason, it's just painful for me to watch myself on video. I don't want to do it. And I look at them and I say, well, that's how they feel. That's how they feel. Once you can get comfortable watching yourself on video, that's when they'll be comfortable watching you. And you get to the point where you're not showing any nerves anymore, but your heartbeat is still bumping like mine does in that first 30 seconds. Are you still okay? Mm-hmm. As long as they don't see the nerves, you're good. Seriously, you're good. Don't miss this. So many people go, oh yeah, it's just a pause. No, 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 it's a pause. No, it's a pause. Do you realize the gold with which this thing is called a pause? It's gold. Because your brain can finally replace, not remove, the filler. Look at the next one. This is good business. Now, the most important thing here is revenue. This is good business. The most important thing here is revenue. Why does that pause sound so cool? Have you noticed that pause is powerful? And this is big. Before you even do your presentation, I'm going to suggest you apply 10 ways to relax before you begin. You're not going to do all 10. You're going to pick your favorites. But these are my favorite 10. And I wish somebody had given these to me a long time ago. Here's the thing. If you lose your place, most people will say something like, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Don't do that. Or they'll say, oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, bad move. Do you want to be around a speaker who loses his train of thought? No. So if you look on page 115, what you do instead is you what, Gina? I told you this before, page 115 at the top. You pause for 3 seconds. That's it. Another thing you can do is just ask the audience what questions they have. Can you ask for questions at any time? Sure. So instead of saying, you know, I totally lost my train of thought. Let me think what I was going to say. I just say, well, what questions do you have? And they think I meant to do that. If you do the circle of knowledge, you're going to get the fear to go away almost instantly and almost always forever. So if you just do this, you're going to be golden. But there are going to be times where somebody might heckle you or something might happen, like a teleprompter goes to something, where you're going to need another technique. Here's the first one. I want you to highlight this at the bottom of 132. Tell yourself you're enough. You might look at this and go, what are you talking about? Tell myself I'm enough. Well, look on page 133. You drop your mother's fine china. You're still enough. Your audience member decides to leave your presentation right in the middle. You're still enough. Your teleprompter stops in the middle of a presentation. You're still enough. Look at the box. Highlight this. Laughter and curiosity conquers fight or flight. If somebody walks out of the presentation in the middle of your presentation, what's the negative thought that could be? Oh, I'm terrible, I'm losing them. But you could also just be curious and go, oh, that's interesting. Huh, somebody decided to leave. That's interesting. When I close a presentation, here's what I do. I show you this last slide. Remember, or second to last slide, remember this thing? You just learned over 130 techniques to help you conquer your fear of presenting and deliver a seamless, confident presentation.
Hopefully, it'll provide me with the opportunity to not be so nervous, to paint a clear picture of what I want to get across to the audience so that they have a better understanding and are very engaged, because I'll take that time to say, think for a moment about this situation, or talk to somebody next to you about this, trying to get them to engage, and it allows me an opportunity to step back, take a breath, and recompose. Top 2 or 3 things I got out of the presentation would be practicing your introduction and your closing, so that you come away with, you start the presentation with more confidence, and your speakers know, or your audience knows, when you finish with your presentation.
I think the biggest thing is it adds credibility to myself, and it also is something that I can think about that will help ease my nerves. When I first approached Jason, I was asking him, how do I get more interaction? And he's definitely done that, given us some good tips and tricks for that. But in addition, he's also assisted in making me more aware of my mannerisms and behaviors to make me more credible and to get that buy-in at executive leadership level that I really, really need to seek and get going forward in my career.
I think the top 3 things I learned is that with a little bit of knowledge that you've given us and a little bit of practice, we can pay more attention to how we stand and how we look at our audience or the people that we're talking to, and how we use our voice to get across the message that we want and be able to portray the value that we can provide to our customers.
You know, I like the program because it gave you and myself different aspects that I've never thought about, you know, as far as speaking in front of a group, and some tools that I can definitely take away and